There it is. My watch thinks something happened. Okay, here we go. Oh. There it is. Wake up, Oklahoma! Got out here a little bit early this morning. I don't know if you can still see it. A little bit of cloud cover right now, but back there, you see the blood moon this morning. Total lunar eclipse. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? I can't see anything. So I'm gonna try. Let's go down to our spot for our morning bulletin. Maybe we'll see it from down there. That big old bright light. All right, cool. Good stuff. Let's go to our spot. The spot we went to yesterday. That's where we're gonna go today because some guys down there doing some construction or something. Got a bunch of lights going. There's definitely some cloud cover right now, so hopefully we'll be able to see it in a second. Woo! So anyways, boom. March 3rd, day 4 of our run streak. And also our grinding on the computer streak. So get a walk going on the phone. Okay, cool. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I got some good notes for us today. We got a good morning bulletin. And last night, I think this is on the bulletin, but while we're walking, let me tell you, man, I really been trying to figure out the workflow at the house to be able to sit down on the computer and have the this camera on, talking to you as I'm working. But I keep just forcing it, man. I got a full-time job. I'm a present husband and father of 3. I got kids at all ages, bro. I got 17, 7, and 1. So, you know, have all the parenting challenges at once. So anyways, what I'm saying is yesterday I almost got a little mad at my 7-year-old daughter because she just loves her dad so much and always wants to come in the office. Bro, I was on a roll a couple times and this kid comes in and asks me a silly question and then I get frustrated and I forget what I was talking about. Now I get mad at her. You know, I was thinking about it. That's not fartlecking in life. I'm not fartlecking in life. I'm going against the grain. I gotta slow down, listen to the world around me. And I think, actually I know, that our workflow has already been defined. I just need to embrace it, which is gonna be this morning walk, a morning run, combined with combined with what's I got to say? Somebody down here fishing, but yeah, the workflow. This is gonna be it. We're gonna catch up with our morning bulletin, our state of the university. We'll talk about what we did last night and what we expect to do today, and I'll edit in some screen grabs and stuff from the night before. So don't get me wrong, I do still see some sort of opportunities to record in the office, but only when it makes sense. So I'm not gonna force it, is what I'm saying. So anyways, yeah, I think we can post daily, bro. So we're gonna try to post daily, and yeah. So we're gonna work at night and then report in the morning. Boom, that's the workflow. And again, we're combining what I learned from running 1,000 days in a row, which is, bro, I have to run. So, and again, it's not for my heart rate, it's not for my calves, it's not for some egotistical six-pack, bro. It's so I can think. Dude, you think you have your own natural, organic thought? Whatever, dude. If you ain't getting out, if you're not unplugging, if you're bringing your phone and your headphones and your people everywhere you go, if you're not doing something like this where you're leaving yourself alone in the shadows with nothing to prove to anybody but yourself, I'm telling you. And all these philosophers and great thinkers that we're going to be celebrating through Fartlek University, and again, reimagining them as running coaches. Because, bro, life is a long run. You heard me? Life is a long run. So, anybody who's ever given life advice, it's the same thing as running advice. All right, so look, let's check this out, man. See if we're gonna sneak up on anybody down here this morning. It's a little early. But it looks like we'll have a good view of this blood moon as it starts to unblood is going to be what it is that we see this morning. A little unblood action. I said there's somebody down here fishing, so I don't want to mess up their vibe. Let's see what's up. Fisherman is down there somewhere, so it doesn't look like we're gonna bother their vibe. I don't know if you guys can see it out there or not. That blood moon is out there. I'll zoom in on it in our edit. All right, dude, I think that's gonna be good, bro. Make sure you're not missing it. No way. No way. No way you're missing it, bro. This super wide action camera. Can't tell at all, though. Anyways, we'll figure it out. Hopefully you can see it. So, like I said, besides the workflow last night, let's read our morning bulletin, see what we got cracking. Cool, here we go. Here it is now, the official bulletin. I'm gonna throw it up on the screen. Oh, that's cool, hopefully. Anyways, all right. Fartlek University, state of the university. What happened tonight? Tonight was a research and planning night, exactly what it needed to be. No grinding on assets, no fighting Photoshop, just thinking, browsing, and building out the blueprint. University websites were studied: Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Stanford, Georgetown, Colgate, Yale. Feels and Spirit, Stanford's big hero image layout is something I think we're going to use for our homepage. We like some things we saw in Georgetown. Princeton used the term areas of study. I like that, as I'm just trying to wrap my brain around what the website needs to look like. So areas of study we could use instead of or in conjunction with departments. Colgate's campus, imagery inspired the AI generated campus concept. That's definitely something we're going to put in there, make it look like a real college, historic looking buildings with plaques that say Spring Som Vinden and in search of an honest pace and running school of thought. So anyways, got it feeling like a real institution, we're saying there. The homepage mock-up exists and has been stripped back. YouTube lives quietly in the footer. The university stands on its own. Full rebuild happens once the intake form comes back. Site structure gets finalized tomorrow. Boom. Exactly. I've been kind of trying to make sure that intake form for AI on what we want the website to look like, make sure that that form has everything that we need. Also, Diogenes continues to develop as the first coach. He's a barefoot rival of Plato. The coaching advice mechanic was remembered. Each coach answers running questions in their own voice. I was speaking to AI last night about a thing I had done a few months ago where people write in and ask for advice, and one of them was asking Nietzsche, saying, man, I'm trying to find inspiration getting up in the morning and going on a run, and I'll look for it and see if I can find exactly what he said, but dude, it was hilarious. He ends with, and if my words don't motivate you to get up and run tomorrow morning, then you're already dead. Just warmer than most corpses. Man. So, anyways, that'll be fun. Is this what he's talking about right here when he says the Nietzsche version is already strong? The format works as social posts, newsletter content, and video material. Bang. And he's going to bring up the format that we talked about on the bridge. The morning run format is confirmed and locked. Every video is Fartlek University content. The run streak and the university are the same thing. Grind at night, report on the river in the morning. Overlay any screen footage from the session. Family stays family. No camera pressure in the evenings. Right? Because, bro, I'll throw this camera in the river if it messes with my relationship with my family and my baby girls. Anyways, so that's definitely the way to go. Remember, fartlek in life, bro. Don't force it. So, 6 departments we have so far, or areas of study: philosophy, literature, science, psychology, theology, political science. Really, I haven't grinded on it much on this topic because we definitely need like mathematics and like astronomy. So I'll work on that with AI today. Again, department chairs rotate monthly. Each chair is a new media event. Remember we talked about that yesterday. Each department page changes color scheme and mood with the rotating chair. We spoke about that. The crest is done. Running moves, lantern, winding road through the stars, spring som vinden. Tagline, the running school of thought, in search of an honest pace. YouTube is the quiet footer. The university stands alone. Coaches get full profile pages accessible from areas of study. Coach art, rich colors, full tonal range, no flattening. Diogenes is the barefoot running coach. We got a rivalry right there, which is cool. Again, yesterday I slowed down, made sure that there wasn't anything about Diogenes I was missing. I think that should be in this newsletter as well. It should give us a little blurb about him, so hold off. Bro, this is something I thought of last night in bed. I hope you guys like it. So when I'm looking at the colleges and their websites, they have admissions. It's a big part of the college website, obviously. And I thought to myself, well, how could we do admissions at Fartlek U? Bro, I think I got it. So, we can do admissions because, let's say, we can hand out a bachelor degree from Fartlek U if you run, walk, crawl, wheelchair, have somebody push you in a wheelchair, you know what I mean? However, again, your version of running a mile a day for a year, and bro, we'll give you a doctorate, or not a doctorate, but a bachelor's from Fartlek U. Then we can do like a master's program, or definitely at least we'll have to do a master, but I haven't thought through that idea yet. But a doctorate, you know, like I'm calling myself Dr. Fartlek, right? Bro, you run 1,000 days, walk 1,000, again, your version, move 1,000 days in a row, and you can prove it to me with watch data. Bro, you'll get a doctorate. But if you want to take it to the next level, really we should make it where this is mandatory, because that's what a doctorate is. So you need like a thesis and all that, right? So what I was thinking, again, it's about way more than running. So after your 1,000 days, drop a personal essay or a video, like a movie, like I did, and we'll design a crest based off of you. And we'll have a whole category, right, of like our organic coaches and all their takes on why you need to run, or whatever, right? Whatever you take from the deal. Design a crest, give you a little motto, and bro, give you like 90% of the royalties, my dude. Huh? So anything sold with your image, I love that. So anyways, we're definitely gonna do that. I'm excited. Newsletter. So when somebody gets onto the website, we need to have an opportunity for them to, we got to capture your data, right? I mean, that's what it is. Because don't forget, the challenge is to use AI to figure out how to make some money. We're going to use AI for the power of good, but bro, we can't forget, we got to break these chains that bind us. So all we think about is creating something new. So anyways, we need to work on like an email capture when somebody gets to the site. It would be like a newsletter that has coach workouts, delivered in each coach's voice. Merch discounts. Probably throw some stickers or something in there. So anyways, AI generated campus imagery with philosophical mottos on plaques, social strategy. Yep. So YouTube is going to be the only place where my face is shown. It's like going to be the origin story for Fart Like You, but every other social media for Fart Like You will be the staff. So we're going to go ahead and secure those other social medias, but I won't be posting there until we finalize a staff member. But that'll be the first post. It'll be Diogenes as planned. As again, I think I said this, but I'm not sure. But he's like the most dynamic character, I think. So anything that we can apply to him, we should be able to apply to everybody else. I want him to have a lantern, so he has like a prop in his hand. I want him to look crazy. So there's some things going on there. So he's a perfect first coach. And he's kind of like my favorite, one of my favorites. So, anyways. Go morning run format, bang, like we already said. Boom. All right, so next actions, keep the ball moving. So our priorities today will be to finalize the site structure, navigation, terminology, and page hierarchy. Fill out the website intake form and bring it back. Find that Nietzsche coaching advice. Get the crest hosted with a public link. I don't know what he's talking about there. I don't think that's something. I'll ask later. You guys will see, but I don't know what he's talking about. We got to get the blue hex code from Photoshop because he's still not using the exact blue that I want. Hex code, right, is just like the exact kind of serial number for a specific color. We'll lock in our Diogenes art. So yesterday, he says on here, he said earlier, no grinding. Bro, whatever, dude. I grinded on Photoshop for a minute. Unfortunately, I'm not good at Photoshop, but I'm getting better. So that's all that matters. I'm going to keep grinding. But yesterday I was trying to figure out, I think what I'm going to do is generate the crest separately. Because, you know, I could sit there and do the crest myself on Illustrator or Photoshop, but comparing what I could do to what we can get AI to generate, AI is definitely our better option. What I was doing in the past is I was generating the runner and the crest and all on the same prompt, but I think we're getting the feel that I want. That drop shadow's isn't there. That drop shadow makes it feel, I don't know how it makes it feel, but I just want it to feel more like a crest, and it feels like that when you take that drop shadow away, take my favorite image from the coach and overlay them over our favorite crest. So that's going to be our workflow, and that was identified last night, which took a second. So anyways, secure all Fart Lake University social medias. That's what we talked about a second ago. Develop admissions page with the degree tiers, submission process, what the bachelor and doctorate look like. We also need a master's, so we'll grind on him on that. Need to generate the AI campus imagery. I need to build a template, an Adobe Premiere template for the morning run. That way it makes it easier and quicker for me to do the edit. If you mess with Adobe Premiere at all, bro, presets and templates, just like a keyboard shortcut, is huge. It feels like work at first, and it's still, for me, so it feels like work. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. It's going to take forever. But bro, once I do it, I'm like, oh, I should have done that preset a long time ago. So here we go. Coach file for Diogenes of Sinope. I have to make sure I'm saying that right. So I have a bit of a cold today. But anyways, the barefoot coach lived
412 to 323 BC. Born in Sinope on the Black Sea, spent his life in Athens and Corinth. Died possibly on the same day as Alexander the Great. What everybody knows, he lived in a ceramic jar in the marketplace. Ceramic? I didn't realize it was, I thought it was like a wooden barrel. So, ceramic jar. Carried a lantern in daylight searching for an honest man, right? That's what we know about him. He famously told Alexander the Great, who offered him anything that he needed to move out of his son. In other words, Alexander the Great showed up in Sinope, and he was looking for him. He's like, "Where's this great philosopher?" And he went and found him on the beach. And he approached him and said, "I'm Alexander the Great. Tell me what you need, I got you." And Diogenes looks at him and says, "You can get out of my son," right? So he had zero respect for authority or kings and stuff, hierarchy like that. So yeah, they called him the Mad Socrates. Alexander the Great said, "If I were not Alexander, I would wish to be Diogenes," which is kind of funny. That's crazy. The moon go away? I wonder what you guys have been seeing back there. Hopefully one day a crocodile doesn't come and eat me when I'm not looking. That'd be good content though. Alright, anyways. What most people don't know. He was a money changer before he was a philosopher. Exiled for defacing currency, or told by the oracle at Delphi to do it depending on the account. He eventually decided to deface the currency meant deface social currency, conventions, respectability, the whole performance. He spent the rest of his life doing exactly that. So, defacing currency, social norms. Also worth knowing, captured by pirates. See, I didn't know this. Sold into slavery. Asked what skills he had. He said, governing men. He ended up running the household and educating the children of the man who bought him. Wow. The Plato rivalry. Plato called man a featherless bit. I don't know what that means. We'll have to get some further clarity on that. I guess he means he called Diogenes a featherless bite. Diogenes showed up the next day with a plucked chicken. Behold, Plato's man. Plato called him Socrates gone mad. Both are on the faculty. Both have to share a campus. The tensions run through everything. Coaching signature, barefoot, always. He will not discuss your shoes. If you mention your shoes, he will ask why you need them. Current ideas, 1-star shoe review, Plato's passive-aggressive faculty meeting notes, Diogenes' training plan versus Plato's trading plan, side by side. Diogenes answers a running question about motivation. Still to research, the Cynic School, his teacher, Okay, you guys, this is going to happen sometimes. I'm not the smartest person. We'll get back on that. Who wanted nothing to do with... Oh, that was a guy. His teacher. Okay. Who wanted nothing to do with him. The full scope of the Plato exchanges. Absolutely. All right. He's supposed to challenge us a little bit here as well. So, something to think about, a functional question. Who is this actually for? Not demographically, you know that, but think about one specific person, someone who runs alone, don't care about their pace, never felt like they belonged at a race. What does the person feel the moment they land on fartleckuniversity.com? If you can answer that in one sentence, that sentence is probably the best line of your homepage. Diogenes doesn't need to be rushed, but is worth knowing. What's the one thing about him that made you pick him first? That thing is probably the center of his whole profile. Everything else builds around it. Okay? Well, I said why a second ago. So, it's kind of interesting. All right, so here we go. Joke of the day. This is fun. Plato publishes a 40-page philosophical paper on the ideal running form. Diogenes reads the title page, puts it down, and goes for a run. He finishes first. Maybe that goes over my head. Anyways, boom, that's it, bro. Beautiful. So that's where we are. Tonight we'll do some grinding. I'm gonna try to do a little bit more like tangible Photoshop grinding. But at the same time, it's day 4. This isn't gonna be a microwave thing. We're not gonna do any of this quick, fast, in a hurry. We're gonna make sure it's what we want it to be. So we're gonna finish doing some research on all those college websites. Think about exactly how we want ours laid out before we go at AI with prompts. Remember what I told you before, if you do that, then you try to throw it all at them at once and you don't know exactly what you want, and then you have to change stuff, and then it gets wonky. So knowing as much as you possibly can before you start is the key. Anyways, I see that's 40 minutes in. I don't want these sessions to be quite that long, so anyways, we're gonna stop now. Boom. Day 4, March 3rd, 2026. In the books.